this big height. Now notice how many little cosmetic flaws, little bug bites and brands. This is what we usually cut around. So scratch and dent, we take all those that we cut around and we use the hides that have too many flaws so we can reduce our waste, and it gets you a product at 30% off, and it helps us get rid of all this scrap instead of going to landfill, and it's live right now, so check out Scratch and Dent. A little secret unboxing. By secret, I mean, I don't know what's in the boxes. These are from Dundas, and they make some pretty cool stuff. You can see, also, they shipped to the wrong address. I wonder how it ended up here. Whoops, they shipped to the old address. I'll show you the other Dundai that I have. The Dundases. There we are. Dundas footwear. So, that's not the one I have. I believe I unboxed the Little Bjorn or something, I think. Okay, so that's the, where is it? Maybe that's a different brand that I'm thinking of. What? Am I thinking of the wrong brand? Bjorn. Boots. Yeah, right? Okay. I was like, am I unboxing the wrong brand? So this is the other boot that I have from them. It's basically like a Danner mountain boot, but actually heritage built. They say Ursa Minor or Lesser Bear as a constellation of the northern sky that shares its mythology with Ursa Minor. Like its bigger brother, Little Bjorn is a product of our ambition for making perfect mountain boot, only lighter. Using double-stitched Norwegian welt construction, identical last and memory foam support, we opted for a lighter upper leather from the legendary Italian tannery, Badalassi, vegetable tan and with great breathing characteristic. I can read. It will take serious abuse to provide great protection from the elements. The main difference between the siblings, aside from the lighter leather, is a lower shaft. That boot is pretty freaking sick. And what is this? How do I convert this? I don't think we have to pay VAT tax because we're not in England. I can't remember if you have to pay VAT tax or not. Oh my gosh, I hate Apple so much. Their copy and paste is absolute ass. To USD. 600 bucks. So, you know, roughly Pacific Northwest price range, nothing too crazy. I was honestly expecting more because it's a lot smaller batches, a small brand. So maybe that's what we need to do next is figure out who is Dundas, how big are they, what's their deal. They don't have an About Me page. Stories maybe? Oh, there's the About. A whiskey-fueled discussion in an old garage in downtown Oslo was the spark that led to the creation of Dundas Footwear, surrounded by Alfa Romeos. Alfa Romeo. I get that confused with not Romeo. Now I can't think of the fighter's name. What is his name? Yoel Romero. That's the name I was looking for. From the 60s, the discussion obviously started with the term quality and gradually degraded into how everything was better in the old days, which of course it was not, but some things were. And one such item that none of us could get our hands on was a pair of good rugged leather boots of impeccable quality and craftsmanship, not just look-alike produced in the Far East. The following search resulted in next to nothing except for a few American-made working boots, which are great when all you have to do is shuffle around the workshop, but lack real pedigree when you have to have a hill to climb. I think some Pacific Northwest brands would disagree with that. Being Norwegian and Scottish half-breed means we always have a hill to climb, so next logical step was to make a shoe that does both shuffle and hill climbing well, and do so in style. Our search eventually led us to a small factory in northern England, manufactured 100 years, vast experience, where they built the Type 1 boot. Dundas clan name was chosen not only because it is Liam's old family name, but because it represents hundreds of years of continuous history under the clan motto, essays or try. The Dundas tartan is, I don't even know what a tartan is used in the heel strap of our boot as a reminder of Dundas's great history and to remind us to always try our best. True quality is a result of painstaking process, not just PR-driven perceived quality. So there's your brief understanding of the brand. So now, let's see what they actually shipped me. Okay, let's do it. 2 boxes from Dundas. So now the question is, what knife do I use? I think we'll go with the Christie this time. See all that patina I'm starting to get on that? Woo. So, let's see what Dundas sent me. Whoops. Accidental unboxing. Okay. Looks like we got the Gunnerside. So, let's see what's what. Some nice Dundas, old school knit looking socks. I like their logo, Dundas. Whoa, that's cool. The Gunner 42, dang, that's so sick. A full write-up about it. Many moons ago, we read the remarkable biography of Norwegian World War II hero, Joachim, whatever that. In it, he tells the story of Operation Gunnerside, the 1943 sabotage mission, which led to a small group of SOE agents through one of the most hazardous and successful undertakings of the war, to cripple the Nazi nuclear program by destroying their heavy water plant in Rjukan, Norway. That's cool. Okay, let's check them out. Ooh, look at that. Damn, this is a big boot. What size is this? Size 11, no wonder. That's way too big for me. That's too bad. I don't want her to wear these. Dang though, look at that. That's a wild looking boot. All right, let's look at it. Let's see what's going on. If you guys want to see, I don't think we ever cut the little Bjorn. I think that was one we never cut. And so if you guys want to see that cut, let me know, because I think it'd be fun to do a Dundas video. Okay, what do we got here? We've got Swiss brand outsole, your little half sole. Very gummy too. I don't have my durometer tester, but that's really soft rubber. You've got a double midsole. You can see all that leather through there. Full leather heel stack. You can see it's Goodyear welted through the midsole, or what some people would call still the outsole. Some people call half soles and that midsole part of the outsole. I don't think it matters that much, to be honest. It's a midsole to me. A double midsole. But some people would say it's a single midsole because that leather, they count as a midsole, or the outsole sometimes. And then you've got that sidewall stitch. That's what I'm really curious about cutting these in half for, because I want to see, this is like one of the only true Norwegian welted boots that we've ever had. And look how wide, look at that wide square toe. This is probably because it was modeled after a ski boot. I'm guessing the original Gunnerside was a ski boot. I need my search feature so I can just search this. A museum generously lent us the boot. That's sick. They got an original boot to pattern this off of from a military, or from a museum. That's cool. The Norwegian welt has an added storm welt. And the shaft has the characteristic wadmal, a dense under-dyed wool fabric. That's cool. That's what that collar is. It's just an old school wool. Dang. But that's my guess, is it used to be like a ski boot or something. But I don't know, maybe not. Okay, so what else we got? This leather it kind of feels like a Chrome XL. So there's a good amount of, I wouldn't call it loose grain, because I feel like loose grain is a term that people throw around really loosely, and not every wrinkle in leather is loose grain. So this looks more like just wrinkly leather from maybe the manufacturing, but there's gonna be some boot nerds that are like, what? Like, what is all that's pre-wrinkled? What the heck? But I don't mind personally. It's a really, really waxy leather. Like, it makes your hands sticky because there's so much wax in it. And I love this cut right here. That is such a cool little cutout. So this is a single piece vamp that wraps all the way around. So it's similar to a hole cut because you don't have any extra layers through here, but you don't get that hole cut aspect of this part of the boot. That's cool. That's a sick little boot. I wish it was my size. I just have to cut them for revenge. Let's see what's on the inside. We got a full padded, like, ankle quarter area that runs from about there up to there. Removable insole. That's nice. Got a little rubberized cork with a kind of a felted material. That's a cool idea. A felted material rather than a foam. And you've got leather on top, not veg tan. It's no saddle sole by any means, but this is a really sick way of doing an insole, because I'm curious if this is like a wool where it's not gonna smell as bad. That's cool. Underneath, you got a big old slab of veg tan glued in. I think it's glued in there. No nails popping through. Very clean, very tidy on the inside. That is a sick boot. Dang, that is a sick boot. A lot of toe spring too. That's cool. I love this shape too. I love the historical boot. I really like this too. They're a little write-up about it. That is a really nice touch. Okay, what's in the other box? What's in the box? What do we got? GS22, Gunnerside 22, size 44. Hopefully this one fits me. I want to wear one of them. Okay, let's see what's in this Dundas box. Ooh, it's the more modern version. Oh, dang. We might have to add this to the hunting boot series. Wow. Okay, the Gunnerside 22. This is such a nice touch. This makes it feel like an actual, like, super premium experience. You know, because sometimes the unboxing experience for certain brands, like Pacific Northwest brands, it's a little lackluster. White's does a really, really good job. You know, like, you spend a lot of $600 on a boot. It's really nice when you have something like this to really back up what you're buying. It's like, I'm literally gonna copy it. Okay, let's see. Whoa, oh, how much is, okay, hold up. I skipped a step. I forgot to tell you how much the Gunnersides were. Gunnerside 42. It's like it's not on their site. Okay, there it is. It's weird. Okay, so let's see how much this is. 700 bucks. Thank you, Google. So that's pretty pricey for a hiking boot when you compare it to some of the other ones we're doing, like this, I forgot them all. The Kinetrex, the Crispies. You know, there's a bunch of those brands. I'm actually gonna start wearing those on hikes and start documenting it. But anyway, back to the Gunner 22. 700 bucks. For years, we have worked quietly behind the scenes with active and former Norwegian's SOF operatives, Wilderness Survival Instructors, and Research Council of Norway to develop a modern combat boot for Norwegian Special Forces. The design brief. Very high lateral stability, exceptional breathing and quick drying characteristics, no polyethylene or similar membranes, good water protection, so it's not waterproof, it's just water resistant. No snag/tripping points like sole edges. Great grip, also for climbing and rappelling, longevity and repairability, high walking comfort, good overall support, structural integrity. To achieve these goals, we started with a modified Norwegian welt construction. Whoa, really? I don't see it anywhere in there. The welt is hidden behind a rubber cup sole. Whoa, okay, what the hell? Further protecting the inner construction and making resoling easy. Stability is key. The leather is a full grain 3mm, whoa, nice and thick, reversed leather. The reason for reversing it is the surface is much less vulnerable to cuts and bruises, and the skin layer on the inside acts as a barrier against water. Shoe care and water protection is achieved with leather wax only. Cool. Full grain 3 to 3.2 millimeters. Lining is 1 to 1.5. That's funny. They made a little typo there with the commas and periods. 2-zone lacing. Modified Norwegian welt cupsole construction. Skomberg Graf anti-static rubber sole. Memory foam and tongue around the ankles. Leather Cambrel antibacterial insole. Exchangeable. Sourcing of materials and producing 100% European. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's check them out. That is a freaking boot. So they said it's a Norwegian welt, and then like this cup sole's covering it. So it seems like they build this, I don't know actually, I have no idea. I'll have to look at the inside and see if I can figure out what's actually going on in there. So these are not speed hooks, they're just laced up all the way. I like this little drop down right here too. The counter comes up, locks in this big speed hook, or it's not even a speed hook, it's just another eyelet. So some people are not gonna like that it's all speed hooks instead of eyelets. Is this a full grain leather actually though? That looks split to me. I don't know if that's actually a full grain leather. Is that what they said? Full grain leather? That's not looking like a full grain to me. That's looking like a suede leather. So I wonder if this part of the boot is a suede. But see like the texture difference between these 3 panels? I wonder if these are the full grain leathers. I don't know, it's hard to tell. That definitely doesn't look like full grain though, because I can see the backside. And it's fuzzy. Oh yeah, it's kind of hard to get in this. Fully gusseted tongue though. Let's see what's actually on the inside. I'm glad this one's my size. I can actually wear this one. Gunnerside 42, might have to give that to somebody else. So same insole. I'm really curious to test this insole. I don't know what this insole material is, but I'm curious to see if this is anything other than like a cotton backing material. If it's wool, that would be really cool. Underneath, okay, so it's a veg tan insole. So it is a traditionally made boot. So there must be a sidewall stitch here that sews into the insole, and they glue the cupsole on. But I think these two, I think this foxing is a separate layer, and then this is the cupsole, these 2 layers here. Huh. That's a crazy boot. Fairly wide, not the most anatomical, but it's at least decently wide. Lots of padding through the ankle. No padding through the forefoot. Padding's through here, all the way up through there. I gotta try it on. You're not gonna be able to see me try it on though, because we've been adjusting the setup in here. So shout out to Keaton and Daniel for slowly improving our setup. I'll do another shop tour here, because I think a lot of people will be shocked at how rudimentary our setup is for having 1 million subscribers on the main channel anyway. Okay, 44. I'm a 10 on the Brannock. I usually wear 43s or 44s, European size. So let's see how it feels. Ooh, I like it. It's pretty roomy in the toe box. The laces cinch down really well. So if I was wearing a little bit thicker socks, I think this would be perfect. But I also like a little bit of room. Yeah, those eyelets work. Because, what? How's these? I think I just snuck them out. But they're grippy eyelets, so they hold the tension as you're tightening them. And they're pretty good looking too. Oh, you can't even see them, at least in that camera. Yeah, I think we might have to add these to the hunting boot series. Maybe. Depends on it. I don't even know, because I know it's a small company, so I don't know if you can even get these in decent quantities. Don't mind my pajamas. Interesting. It feels pretty firm underfoot. I think that's where you're gonna feel the difference between a modern hunting boot and this boot. Is it's kind of a hybrid of modern and heritage, and that's how it feels. So, okay. That's that. So let me know what you guys think. If you want to see it cut in half, let me know. Let me know which of the Little Bjorn, the Gunnerside, and both Gunnersides? This guy, yeah, Gunnerside 22. And that's it. So check these out below. Check out the Christie knives, and I think that's everything. So thank you guys. See ya.